So cool. You're obviously running for something. What are you running for?
I'm running for the Winter Springs City Commission.
Yeah, and you're bringing up something so important that I don't think many people are really attuned to, and I don't really blame them because, like, as a society, as a culture, we're not really taught how to do this. But what I'm hearing from you is that the commission, even the state of Florida as a whole, seems to be operating in a reactive sense rather than a proactive sense. And being in business myself, I know how important it is to be proactive and anticipate problems that are going to happen in the future. Even to the point where you're talking about like cash flow issues too, where there's still 18 months worth of funds coming in. So from like a base level perception, somebody could actually think there's plenty of money available, and they'll make decisions as if there's plenty of money available. But the reason that many businesses go under is because they don't understand how cash flow works. So 3, 6, 9 months down the road, the money and decisions that were made 9 months prior start to actually show the fruits of their efforts in 9 months. So if we spend like there's no tomorrow today, we'll see that effect in 9 months. And then we have to wait 9 months for the solution to actually be implemented. So all these decisions have to be done proactively and anticipating something that is going to inevitably happen in the future. Of course, we're not going to make a decision for something that'll never happen. But I don't know if you remember 2017, we had a hurricane here in Houston called Hurricane Harvey. Absolutely. And that's what was considered, I think, a 100-year flood. So it's going to happen once every 100 years, just according to the name, 100-year flood. So we should plan for it happening again in the next 100 years. So that
is correct.
Of course, it was reactive, but we also had to be proactive as well.
Sure. And you know what? Look, and Texas is a good example of for example, setting up those storm walls, if you will, like in Galveston and things like that are, engineering feats. And what happens is this: the technology is there for us to be able to solve these problems and also be thinking 50 and 100 years into the future versus 2 and 5 years in the future. And like I mentioned earlier, I mean, the financial management issues always animate me a little bit more. And when I guess when you go through graduate school in business and, specifically accounting, which is kind of the language of business, you start hearing certain terms of art and you start learning certain terms of art that, are always in the back of your mind when you're analyzing something. And recently, it was brought to my attention that there was a public records request to the city to get records of the internal controls that the city has in place for its financial management. Now, our city has gone through just every year an exodus of call it a brain drain, if you will, an exodus of employees with institutional knowledge. Now, a lot of it is because the city did have a period of time where basically there was a level of mismanagement, if you will. And I'm not saying that anything is illegal. I'm just saying that with government accounting, you could move things around certain ways that you would not be able to get away with in the private sector.
Yep.
And what happens is there was a lot of moves, if you will, and money was being taken from different accounts, if you will, to create other problems or to solve a problem while creating another problem. In other words, the take from Peter to pay Paul kind of, idea.
Again, I appreciate everything that we talked about today. If you're voting and you're in Winter Springs, I hope this interview has helped you make a very good decision on who you're going to elect into office. At the end of the day, it's important for all of us to make decisions based on who we think is the best candidate. Thank you guys for tuning in. And sir, it was awesome having you on. I really appreciate you joining us today.
Appreciate you having me. And I'm looking forward to getting things done here in Winter Springs. And with new leadership, it's going to get done.